Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's presentation. I'm excited to introduce our topic, Global English Proficiency Test for Study, Work, Immigration. Today, we'll explore what these tests are, why they matter, and how they can help you achieve your goals. Let's get started. Today, I want to talk about IELTS, which stands for the International English Language Testing System. It's a key tool used worldwide to assess English proficiency. Whether you're planning to study abroad, work in an English-speaking environment, or migrate to another country, IELTS is often a requirement. It's recognized globally by universities, employers, and immigration authorities, making it a trusted standard for evaluating language skills. This slide highlights how essential IELTS is in opening doors to international opportunities, and it ties into our overall theme of understanding language proficiency and its role in global mobility. Today, I want to talk about the different types of IELTS tests. As you may know, IELTS offers several options to suit different needs and goals. The most common one is the IELTS Academic, which is primarily designed for those who want to pursue higher education or professional registration in an English-speaking country. Then there's the IELTS General Training, which is more focused on immigration, work experience, or training programs. It's important to understand which test aligns with your specific objectives, because the format and content can vary slightly between the two. Both tests assess your English skills in listening, reading, writing, and speaking, but the context and tasks are tailored to academic or everyday situations. Knowing the right type of test to take is a key step in your preparation process, and it also helps you focus your study efforts effectively. So, understanding these options is essential as you plan your journey toward achieving your IELTS goals and moving forward with your plans. Let's take a closer look at the test format and structure. This slide highlights the key aspects of how the test is designed and organized. First, understanding the format helps you know what to expect on exam day, and it also guides your preparation. We'll explore the types of questions you'll encounter, the timing, and the overall layout. The structure is crafted to assess your knowledge effectively while also being fair and manageable. Recognizing these elements can reduce anxiety and boost your confidence. Remember, connecting this understanding to the bigger picture of your learning journey is essential. It ensures you're not just studying blindly, but preparing strategically for success. IELTS is truly essential in today's global landscape. It's a key requirement for academic admissions, helping students get into universities around the world. But it's not just about education. IELTS also opens doors to international career opportunities. Many employers and organizations look for proof of English proficiency, and IELTS provides that validation. Additionally, for those considering immigration, IELTS is often a necessary step to meet the language requirements set by governments. Overall, it ensures that candidates are equipped with the English skills needed to succeed in their studies, their careers, and their new communities. So, understanding and preparing for IELTS is really about setting yourself up for success across all these areas. So on this slide, we're looking at who actually administers the IELTS exam. As you can see, there are three main organizations involved. First, we have the University of Cambridge Local Examination Syndicate, which is one of the primary bodies responsible for overseeing the test. Then, there's the British Council in the UK, which plays a significant role in organizing and delivering the exam, especially in Europe and many other regions. Lastly, we have IDP in Australia, another major organization that manages the IELTS administration. These organizations work together to ensure the test is fair, consistent, and accessible around the world. Understanding who is behind the administration helps us recognize the credibility and global reach of IELTS. It's designed to be a reliable measure of English proficiency, supported by these well-established institutions. This interconnected effort highlights the importance of the test for students, professionals, and institutions worldwide. Understanding the scoring system is a crucial part of grasping how we evaluate performance. Today, I'll walk you through the key points to help clarify how the scoring works and why it matters. First, the scoring system is designed to be fair and transparent, giving everyone a clear idea of where they stand. It's not just about the final number, It's about understanding the different components that contribute to your overall score. These components can include accuracy, consistency, and sometimes even speed, depending on the context. Recognizing how each element impacts your score helps you focus on areas for improvement. Throughout this presentation, we're emphasizing that understanding the scoring system isn't just about knowing the numbers. It's about mastering the process to achieve better results. So, keep in mind that this system is our way of measuring progress, guiding you toward your goals with clarity and purpose. Effective IELTS preparation is all about a balanced approach. First, practicing sample tests helps you familiarize yourself with the exam format and identify areas where you need improvement. Improving your vocabulary and grammar is essential because it directly impacts your ability to communicate clearly and accurately. Managing your time efficiently during practice sessions also prepares you to handle the real test without feeling rushed. Additionally, enhancing your listening and speaking skills is crucial since these areas can be challenging for many test takers. Engaging in regular listening exercises and speaking practice can make a big difference. Finally, utilizing official study resources and guides ensures you're practicing with materials that closely resemble the actual test, giving you the best chance to succeed. All these strategies are interconnected and contribute to a well-rounded preparation, helping you feel confident and ready on exam day. Now, let's take a closer look at how academic and general training reading sections differ. On the academic side, you'll encounter 3 passages taken from magazines, journals, or newspapers that focus on academic issues. These passages tend to be more challenging, requiring a higher level of comprehension and critical thinking. You'll have 60 minutes to answer 40 questions, so it's important to manage your time effectively. In contrast, the general training section also includes 3 passages, but they come from notices, advertisements, magazines, and books. These passages are generally easier to understand, making them more accessible for a broader range of test takers. The time allotted is the same, 60 minutes for 40 questions, but the content is less complex. Both sections give you the same amount of time and number of questions, but the key difference lies in the difficulty level and the type of passages. The academic reading is more demanding and focused on scholarly topics, while the general training reading is broader and more social in focus. Understanding these differences can help you tailor your preparation and approach to each section, ultimately improving your performance across the board. IELTS opens up a world of opportunities for study, work, and migration across the globe. When you achieve a high score, you're not just meeting a requirement, you're demonstrating that you meet international English proficiency standards. This can really set you apart and help you succeed in your goals, whether that's pursuing higher education, advancing your career, or moving to a new country. So remember, preparing well for IELTS is investing in your future, and reaching a high score can unlock many doors for you worldwide. Let's take a moment to focus on the icons here. Icons are powerful visual tools that can quickly communicate complex ideas or concepts. They help us simplify information and make our messages more memorable. When designing or choosing icons, it's important to select ones that are clear and universally understandable, so they resonate with a broad audience. These small visual cues can significantly enhance engagement and comprehension, especially when integrated thoughtfully into our overall communication strategy. Remember, effective icons support, rather than clutter, our message, reinforcing key points in a way that's both intuitive and impactful. Let's take a moment to look at these icons. They might seem simple, but they actually play a crucial role in how we communicate visually. Icons are powerful tools because they can quickly convey ideas or actions without needing a lot of words. When used effectively, they enhance understanding and make information more accessible. Think about how often you see icons on apps, websites, or even in instructions. They help us navigate and interpret content effortlessly. The key is choosing the right icons that align with the message and the overall theme of the presentation. By integrating well-designed icons, we create a more engaging and intuitive experience for our audience. Remember, the goal is to make our communication clear and memorable, and icons are an essential part of that strategy. Let's talk about how you can enhance your presentation with visual data. You can add and edit shapes directly in your slides to make your data more engaging and easier to understand. First, choose your favorite infographic and insert it into your presentation. You can do this simply by copying it with Ctrl-C or CMD-C on a Mac, then pasting it with Ctrl-V or CMD-V. Once you've inserted the infographic, select one of its parts. Click on that part and choose Ungroup. This allows you to manipulate each element individually. Next, change the color by clicking on the paint bucket icon. This helps you match your presentation's color scheme or highlight specific data points. To resize an element, click on it and drag one of the square-shaped points on its bounding box. The cursor will turn into a double-headed arrow, indicating you can resize. Remember, holding Shift while dragging keeps the proportions intact, ensuring your shape doesn't get distorted. After editing, you can group the elements back together. Select all the parts you want to group, right-click, and choose Group. This makes it easier to move or resize the infographic as a whole later on. Repeat these steps for other parts of your infographic until you're satisfied with the design. When you're ready, copy your finished graphic and paste it into your main presentation slide. Be sure to choose the Keep Source Formatting option when pasting, so the design and colors stay consistent. For more helpful tips and tricks, you can visit Slidig's Tips and Tricks section. So, in summary, adding shapes, ungrouping, customizing colors, resizing with Shift, and regrouping are powerful ways to tailor your visuals and make your data stand out effectively in your presentation. Now, if you're a free subscriber, it's important to remember that you should give credit to SlideEgg by keeping the Thank You slide in your presentation. This is a small but meaningful way to acknowledge the source of your content. For those of you considering premium options, I encourage you to refer to the next slide, where you'll find the detailed terms of use specifically for premium users. As a free user, you're allowed to customize or edit the templates to suit your needs, whether for personal projects or business purposes. Feel free to adapt the content to make it more relevant to your audience. However, there are some restrictions you should be aware of. You cannot sell, rent, or sublicense SlideEgg content or any altered versions of it. This means you can't distribute it commercially without proper authorization. Additionally, you should not promote or disseminate SlideEgg content online or offline unless explicitly permitted. This includes incorporating it into any database or file, whether on the internet or on a local device. It's also important to note that you cannot claim copyright over SlideEgg content. The rights remain with SlideEgg, so respecting their intellectual property is key. If you're interested in more advanced slide modifications, I recommend visiting our tutorial page or FAQ section, where you'll find helpful guidelines. Overall, these terms are designed to protect both your rights as a user and the content creator's rights, ensuring everyone benefits from this shared resource. As a premium subscriber, you have the privilege of using this PowerPoint template without the need to give attribution to SlideEgg, which means you can present more professionally and freely. You're also not required to keep the Thank You slide in your presentation, giving you more flexibility in how you customize it. This allows you to customize or edit the template to suit your specific needs, whether for business or personal projects. You're also free to circulate or share the editable format of this template with anyone you choose, making collaboration easy. However, there are some important restrictions to keep in mind. You cannot sell, rent, or sublicense SlideEgg content or any altered versions of it. This means you can't resell or distribute it as your own product. Additionally, you shouldn't include these templates in any other service or database that functions as a distribution or resale platform unless you have explicit permission from SlideEgg. You also can't incorporate individual elements used in SlideEgg templates separately into other projects, nor can you obtain copyrights for these elements to claim them as logos or trademarks. For more detailed guidance on modifying slides, you should refer to our tutorial page or FAQ, which provide helpful instructions. Overall, these terms are designed to give you the freedom to use and customize the templates while protecting the original content and intellectual property of Slide Egg. This slide doesn't contain enough information. That's why we're moving to the next slide.